It's been an interesting debate, hasn't it? It's really nice being here with all of you. And you agree with me, it has been a really interesting debate, I have to repeat it. I'm here to summarize what all the speakers have said. And the topic for this debate is, must an artist engage himself in global issues, or must he focus on creating beauty? The speakers have different points of views, as you can see, concerning the topics. So, this first speaker, Anastasia, defined the meaning of engaged. She said that the meaning of engaged means feeling each part of humanity. So, and she also said that everybody is free to focus on beauty, which is the truth. Because she said an artist has to be free like the wind, as she said. Konate explained that that a singer named Soprano, he sang the song named Clown, and the song Clown has nothing to do with war. In addition to what they have said, the third speaker declared that art doesn't have to be beautiful. Most speakers said an artist needs to be free to create an artwork. They all talked about how the Nazis had to force people to draw, but they need to be free to express themselves and to pass a message. Isaram said that art is freedom, and it is freedom. If you look at the context, it is freedom. Everything about art is freedom because you take your time to do what you are meant to do. So art is seriously, like, it is freedom. I don't know how to explain it, but the whole thing is that art is freedom. So you have to express yourself. It's freedom. Because you take your time to express yourself and send a message and make your message really clear. Satine talked about Paul Verlaine, a French poet. So I think he's a really interesting poet. So I thought you could have talked about it a bit more, but it's okay. Audrey talked about how an artist has to be free to create an artwork, which has been said by many people. In conclusion, all artists has to be free to send a message by doing art. I hope you love my presentation. Thank you for listening to me.
Good morning, everybody, again. So, as my colleague Wayne did, I'm going to do a little recap of what has been said today. The question asked was, should the artist involve himself in the word fight, or should he stick to creating beauty? Before everything, we must be sure about a few things. First of all, what is commitment? Commitment is belonging everywhere. It's defending everyone. It's denouncing every type of injustice. Racism, discrimination, poverty, dictator, and a lack of one. But then again, what is beauty? Beauty, there are two types of beauty. Visible beauty, which you can see and listen, and emotional one, which you can feel with music, with theater, with dance, with paintings. So let's get back on the heart of the subject. The artist doesn't have to do anything, but he can, because the artist is free. He's like the albatros of Baudelaire. Let's say, for example, Preachers of Joseph Bassoud, or the very famous La Joconde. There is no meaning behind it. But let's take, for example, those who can express something. A young man that a long time ago now managed to leave the Nazi camp. What did he do? He painted landscapes. When the Vietnam War happened, what did he do? Did he still paint landscape? He didn't. He painted war horrors. A few painting series called Minsan Paitani. We are not the last. We're not the last, sorry. But let's keep in mind that a few artists can and do denouncing, like Ibawan with Peace or Les Enfoirés. But This type of people do both. They create art, they make beauty, and they denounce something. And this is amazing. Because with time, beauty and creativity, it never stops. It just evolves, it changes. But let's get back on the question, shall we? Should the artist denounce something, or should he stick to art? He shouldn't do anything. Because you can make art for beauty, for commitment, or just for fun. Because as we said earlier, the art is free. Art is freedom, and making art is taking advantage of your freedom of speech. So you shouldn't force anybody to do anything, because then it can be understood in the wrong way. It really depends on people. So while we're still on the question, a lot of our colleagues here have agreed that it is wrongly asked, because it makes them understand that beauty is less important than commitment, and it's wrong. Both are extremely important, because while beauty involves a lot of work, and commitment involves a lot of courage. So we can just conclude everything by saying all art matters, and I hope that everything that has been said today will stay in everybody's mind. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, good afternoon. I'm now going to present to you all a summary of what has been said today. Some thought that the beauty of art is extremely important, but also that an artist would be able to risk his life if he really wanted to, simply to pass a message through a piece of art. But some objected by saying that it would be inhuman for someone to risk his life simply to pass a message. Although a few ambassadors thought that there is a marked difference between emotional beauty and aesthetic beauty. That a horrible piece of art could shine with the beauty simply of a message. But a few arguments that stay hard in my mind was that an artist has the power to accuse and to influence its public, but also that an artist's creativity is unlimited, and that he could simply wildly imagine anything to accuse of inequalities between people, countries, or even cultures, even when a piece of art is created by an engaged artist. Some of these important examples were a young Vietnamese girl being burnt by a group of Americans, or a wall painting representing the horrors of a war, but brought to all humanity a beautiful message. It was also mentioned that of course an artist can engage himself, but he certainly doesn't have to. And that beauty, one of the key words of this question, was simply a matter of taste and opinion, and it depended entirely on the person in question. Some think that beauty is a minor factor in a piece of art. Others think that there is nothing more important. To conclude, the majority think that artists are free to do what they wish. They have no orders, no obligation, no boundaries. If an artist were to engage himself in worldwide fights, it should be of his own free will, but also that all types of art can carry a message for all of humanity. Thank you.